Good afternoon, or whatever time it is. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Can Miguel Read. It's going to be a series of me reading books and whether I can read them again, or if I can recommend it to other people, or if I should just throw it away. Today's guest is my good friend here, Taylor
Rice.
Rice.
Taylor Rice, like
Taylor Rice. Like the food we eat.
Yeah.
I was going to say Price for a second.
Oh.
See, we're not there to last names yet.
Oh, no, we're just such close friends. We don't need last names because we would know automatically.
Exactly. Anyway, I have her on this guest episode because I read this book, and so has she. We read it together.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're talking about House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. And let's talk about Linus.
Linus, the main character.
Heads
up. Don't know any of these people's names.
Whenever we first meet Linus, he's working his office, not office job. He's working at this
Social worker?
inspecting this orphanage, meeting this girl named Daisy. Daisy has some kind of powers. But it's all normal to him. He's like, oh, like you'll get adopted or whatever because they're an orphanage, even though he's questioning why he's saying that, even though
it's X-Men rules.
And as not sure if you guys know, but this book is about these in the real world, it takes place in our world, but there's like super powered beings, individuals, or some people have powers, some people are born looking like monsters, in quotation marks. And Linus here just inspects those orphanages with those kids to see if they can live in society. So we meet Linus. I don't know how to feel about him.
Oh,
from the jump, I was like,
no,
I don't like how.
No spine.
He's not giving me anything.
No
to,
personality.
He's like, I just have like cat calliope. And
we really know nothing about him.
He's like, I don't like walking through the office too much because I knock things over because I'm like so huge.
Actually, the only thing we ever know about him is that he's fat, he didn't grow up with his dad, and that he has a cat, and that his wonderful neighbor lady is trying to set him up. And he loves his sunflowers. But we have like no context for how he got into the job. We have no context for why he's been there for so long. We have no backstory on Linus whatsoever. Actually, maybe it's in the second book, but it's certainly not in the first.
Then we jump to Mr. Handsome, from the high executive management. Mr. Handsome here, I don't know how handsome he is. Maybe they described him. He asked Linus to go to the special Marseilles orphanage, Marseilles Island. Right? Marseilles.
I told you I don't know names, and that means for everything. I will be using nicknames for every person in this book.
Let's call it the House on the Cerulean Sea. That's what this book's about.
What? I think that's accurate.
They tell them about this house on the Cerulean Sea. It's like, oh, like they got problem children here. Like you're special, so you can deal with the special ones. And he's like, okay, bet. Like, I've always wanted to go to the beach. I've always wanted to...
He has a postcard for it and everything. Aren't you dreaming you're here?
Like, he's always, like, talking about, oh, it's always raining here. Like, the sun, blah, blah.
Also mention, like, up to this point, and throughout the entire book, every time anyone interacts with Linus, reading this man to filth. Anytime they interact with him, they're just like, and what are you doing here? With that haircut, with that outfit, with those, like, ideas, worthless.
And especially, like, one thing to mention, too, every time they talked about Miss Bubblegum Mrs. Bubblegum, I would keep thinking of the Bubblegum Bitch song.
Oh, by Marie. I love that song.
I don't like, love Bubblegum Bitch. Like, I would always think of that song when they're talking about her.
Oh.
Even though she's not important, like, to the story, like, at all. I think she just...
No, she literally just works for the higher-ups.
He's like, I'm here for my meeting.
But she's sassy.
Blah, 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 blah.
I liked her energy. I liked how over it she was. She wasn't a corporate slave.
I guess that's fair. All right. Who's taking him to the ferry to get to the house on the Cerulean Sea.
Woman.
And Zoe's cool. She's barefoot, very hip, like that.
Oh, the moment they were like, there's like this woman who showed up and she was barefoot and all this, and I was like, oh no.
Like, I bet her feet are black.
Yes, I was like, what are you doing?
Like, I could do that. I wish I could do that, but I can't. No, not everywhere.
Certainly not on this island.
Definitely not. Because don't even get us started on where we're at.
We technically are also on an island in the Cerulean Sea.
Very true. There's the Pacific, right? Right there. No Pacific.
You and I are from the Gulf. We're gonna ignore that. Moving on.
Anyway, he made it. He's talking to Zoe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But since he's special inspector, he knows all about these supernatural beings.
They gave him a file, but she's not in the file, and he's very distressed about this.
But he acknowledges that she is a
Mythical creature.
mythical creature. She's oh my gosh, what's it called? A sprite.
Yeah, she's a sprite.
She's a sprite, and he like says this like, oh, like, what are you doing? You're not in the system. Like, who even are you?
And she's like, hold on, how the hell did you even know I was a sprite? Like, how did you clock that? And he's like, I know these things.
He's like, you don't like my cat. You're driving barefoot, which is illegal.
Illegal. Oh yeah, this man, I think it's literally, he has a book called Rules and Regulations. It is his Bible.
That's all he talks about.
It's all he talks about. And anytime anybody's like, you seem like you're a good person making good decisions, he goes, I gotta open Rules and Regulations, remind myself that I'm a corporate slave.
And during my thoughts on this, I thought Zoe was cool.
She was cutie.
I did like seeing like an adult mythical being.
Mm-hmm.
And how they can kind of contribute to society, even though she's not really accepted.
Well, she doesn't really interact with society at all.
No, because in the beginning, he was talking to her about like the city that they were in.
Yeah.
On his way, he was like, "Oh, don't you like it here?" And she's like, "No." No. Like, but I'm sure you probably do, because.
Oh, because she also doesn't like him.
Yeah, because Linus is normal.
I think it less has to do with him being normal and more having to do with him going to inspect the orphanage to potentially shut them down. He is an active threat arriving to the island.
But let's talk about the kids once he meets them.
Oh my God, the kids! Okay. Yes.
I say let's start. Let's start with the order and how we met them. Let's start with Talia.
The gnome.
The gnome. I would imagine when I kept on picturing Talia, she's like 3 feet tall.
Have you seen Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
I imagined the like old gnome guy from Romeo and Juliet. That was like what she looked like in my brain.
Because I'm imagining Linus is like maybe 5'7", 5'6".
He gives short man energy.
Like,
yeah.
I think Talia is like 3 feet tall.
I think that's about what they said in the book. They said she looked like a garden gnome.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't realize that she was a person at first.
No, but then whenever they kept talking about all the tools she'd be using, I'm like, no way she can use, like,
they must be too long. But I imagined it was gnome magic. Like, in my brain, I was like, you know what? She's a gnome. This is her thing. She knows how to use them. Spoilers for later in the book.
Spoilers for later.
We'll get there.
Next kid we meet.
That's
Theodore.
the dragon. Yeah, Theodore.
Theodore. Okay. When we first met Theodore,
neither of us thought it was a kid.
he's a wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
Because they mentioned earlier in the book that wyverns were hunted down for sport.
And there's very few of them left.
There's very few of them because there was like this like research that talked about like kind of like how not dolphins.
I think of it like the plumage trade in Florida, and like whenever they were really famous for trying to get the big bird feathers for the hats, they were doing similar things with scales from the wyverns. They were hunting them down for sport to get their pellets, scales.
I don't know.
But then
there was an argument about the ethics of it and how they feel pain.
Yeah, they figured out that they were people.
They know how they can feel things.
They can think.
They can think. So yeah, at first he thinks it's like, oh, it's just like a wyvern here, but then
steals his button.
But then like he has a spot at the dinner table, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Theodore. I liked him later.
Here's the thing, I'm upset that we never actually got to like, because the other people can hear him speak, or like they've learned to speak his language, but we never hear anything directly from him.
But we did hear we didn't hear, obviously. We saw that Linus was able to understand what he was saying.
Yeah, did later on start to figure it out. Also, the reason that Linus ends up meeting the gnome anyways is because his cat like runs away. escapes into the garden, and then the gnome is like, I'm gonna bury you in this garden, you're gonna die. I love how often the children threaten to murder him. I think it's really cute. I think it's really accurate to kids too.
It made sense. Well, I wouldn't say everyone. I'd say it was mostly just Thalia and Lucy.
That's true. That's true.
We'll get to Lucy in a second.
We will.
By the way, we're doing this because there's a crap ton of bugs.
Oh yeah.
around us.
Yeah, the reason we're waving our hands is because the sheer amount of bugs that are currently attacking us.
But anyway, as we were saying, next, who do we meet next? I think we met either Sal, because I think Sal was in dog form when we met him.
Yeah, because that's where the cat, and then he gets scared. No, he's in human form. The cat finds him because he's like,
dog.
And then he turns into a dog because he's afraid of like outsiders and stuff, which is then when Arthur appears.
Because, okay, when I think of Sal, I think of a brooding teenager.
You think of a brooding teenager?
You know in Horton Hears a Who?
Oh, are you the emo kid?
Yeah, I think of him when I think of Sal. But when I think of him, I think of him, but like more shy.
That's a good way to put it. I think of like the really quiet artistic kid in the back of class who like didn't really say anything, but they weren't emo, they weren't goth. They just kind of were quiet and did their own thing.
Because it makes sense that like most orphanage stories, like Annie, like there's always like an older kid.
There is.
And
he'd been through, we find out later that he's probably been through the most.
He's been through the system.
He's been through a lot. They've all been through the system.
Oh, don't even get me started about the system.
Well, we will get started about
We'll talk about that. We'll get there. Oh, because that was one of my gripes about this book.
I have so many gripes about this book, actually. We'll get there.
Okay, next kid. I think we met Lucy next. I think we met Chauncey later.
Yeah, we do meet Chauncey later. We meet Lucy next.
Okay.
Lucy, a.k.a. Lucifer, a.k.a. the Antichrist, hanging out on an island.
And that was the main reason as to why he was sent to the house in the Cerulean Sea, was to check on Lucy, if he's going to destroy the world.
Because he does have that power.
Or also to see if their caretaker is doing their job.
Yeah.
But Lucy, I said this before to her, but when I think of Lucy, I think of, if you ever seen Family Guy, there's an episode where Stewie, he takes his evilness out of him, and there's an evil Stewie. I just think of Stewie. I think he's British. I hear a British accent.
You think Stewie's British or you think Lucy's?
Lucy.
You think Lucy's British? Well, the British are evil, so it would make sense that the Antichrist would come from him.
I see him with a British accent. He's 8 years old, right?
Yeah,
I think he's 8.
He's young.
He's young,
he's
but
8. He's in that range.
I remember there was one specific dialogue where he talks about this vessel is only 8 years old.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But I don't know.
He has spider webs in his head. We'll get there.
Oh, Chauncey, the man of the hour.
Now this is where we agree.
Versus Fee.
Oh,
we forgot about Fee.
We did forget. To be fair, she's not really in the book a lot.
I agree. I think when I see her,
she's kind of ignored.
I don't know if they described what she looks like, but
she's a little fairy.
I imagine her with long ass hair.
Oh yeah, hair down to her knees. Those photos that they faked those two British girls faked to the fairies.
No, but
okay.
But
I imagine her as I imagined her as a stereotypical fairy, also barefoot. She's a sprite. They have wings. She's super powerful, apparently.
She turned people into trees.
Oh yeah, really, because they were trying to take her from her home. Really cool stuff. And she's being mentored by Zoe. And we don't really see a lot of her though. She seems to be pretty chill. But I want to talk about Chauncey, because he's Chauncey. He's one of my favorite.
Chauncey, whatever. Yeah, continue.
In my mind, he's Bob from Is it Monsters vs. Aliens?
For Aliens versus Monsters.
Aliens versus Monsters. He's the blue blob. I know he's green.
Seth Rogen.
I know he's green, but he's that blue blob.
He's not green. In the book.
In the book, he's
green.
In the book, the movie. They say he's they have no idea what he is. His species is a bunch of question marks. They say they think he's related to a jellyfish.
But he has tentacles though. I remember there was tentacles.
It's his eyes are up on stalks, and he has his little body that kind of moves like tentacles, I think.
Oh. I don't know. I always have hard picturing him, imagining.
I just loved the little hat that was apparently in between his eyeballs.
When I would imagine him, I imagine I don't know why. I kept imagining him being pink.
Really? You know, they did say he was part jellyfish.
I don't know. I mean, we do say jellyfish a lot here.
We
Maybe
do,
that's
but
why.
none of them are pink.
They're like
They're orange.
They're like but like the water. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Some of them are like pinkish tone. I
On
don't know.
occasion.
I also don't know how he talks. Does he have a mouth?
I don't know if they say he has a mouth. He does speak, so I assume he must have something mouth adjacent.
Because I remember the dinner table, and I remember he would also eat.
I was wondering how they fed everyone. They never mention everybody's diets. Like, they all seem to eat the same food, so I'm assuming it's fine. I don't think I'd want to witness all that at table eating. I think that'd be atrocious.
And then we meet the caretaker, Arthur Parnassus.
Who we're told is very attractive. We're told he's a very nice looking man.
Arthur, when we met him, I don't know. I could kind of see where the story was going.
Yeah.
But I did like the fact that it was obvious that Arthur he wasn't doing like the minimum like requirements. He was kind of like tailoring each kid to what they wanted to do, giving them free time.
It's a very Montessori education on the island.
Then we meet the people on not the island, but like the from like the city outside of the island, where I wish they explained it more. They're given hush money.
Yeah, so essentially, this orphanage that exists, they don't want the rest of the world to know about it because it has the Antichrist. So they pay off that like little town to make sure that nobody says anything about the island, to, like the news or the press, and also so that they don't like riot and destroy it. We'll see how that goes. And so I think the general idea of it is supposed to be like, if you've ever been like around like a military base or something like that, where they're like, just don't talk about it.
Like, don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions.
Here's some money.
They're paid to not think and to not yell.
And then I'd also think it's weird how the signs all over the place in the cities.
See something, say something.
See something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've always found that expression to just like, not cringe.
I believe it started as a slogan in New York City during like the 1990s because
like crime high.
Yeah, but also because New Yorkers weren't reporting anything. They were just moving on. So you should fact check that in your video. But I believe that's where the phrase came from.
Interesting.
It is
because they kept on taking it as like insulting.
Yeah, it kind of yes.
But like, technically, it doesn't just like refer to the like super people.
No, that's the whole point. Is it does like within the book, see something, say something. It has like the department he works for underneath it, and the idea behind it is if there is an unregistered person or if you see somebody using this, report it.
Oh,
that is directly at them. That's not like a general police see something, say something.
Oh,
that is a
okay. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't read the fine print. I thought the signs just said "see something, say something."
No, this is not just a normal.
Because I was like, slogan. I feel like anyone would just say something, right? But then, okay, I didn't know about the byline.
Think of it like, did you ever watch the X-Men?
No.
Never mind then. It's similar to the prejudice that are towards the X-Men.
Because with the amount of like signage, I would always keep thinking like, is this supposed to be like Big Brother's watching? Like, is this like the how? I don't know.
It's more similar to like. It is not like, I don't think it's like a 1984 Big Brother's watching thing where they're supposed to be living in like a police state for everybody. I think, and that's another thing. I think this book does a very bad job with. There's that line whenever you're like trying to put like, here's why racism is bad. And I'm going to tell this story with like this like white savior guy comes in, and also brown people are like magical creatures. And you want to know how we solve racism? Kindness. We'll get there. That's kind of like how the book like ends. But I think it's supposed to be a direct correlation between like lived experience of people of color and the magical people.
And then let's talk about the last character introduced, the Mayor Helen. She's cool. I think her only purpose was to show that not everyone's bad. There's some kindness in the world.
Also, that people's minds could be changed via exposure.
And also, she also served as like a plot tool to show more of the history of Arthur, because she talked about knowing Arthur when Arthur was young, which meant that he grew up on the island, or that's kind of like what a tease alluded to. But now the intros are out of the way, let's talk about what I liked and disliked. What I liked about the book. I liked about the book was more of like the found family of the kids. I remember there was a scene where Lucy was like, "Don't mess with my brother."
That was super
He was
cute.
referring to Sal. That made Sal feel really good. Because Sal was still like, Sal's only been there for like 2 months at the time, and Lucy already considers him like his own blood. I don't know. I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed Zoe's character the more I read about how we learned more about how sprites are, they live on their own. They don't really like talk to people like at all. They like to be like just hermits. And Linus kept asking like, why do you care? Like, why are you helping? And then she was like, how could I not? Like, I care about these people, these kids. Someone needs to care. Like, Fee needs to be guided in how to use her powers. I also enjoyed Linus's growth. But I feel like it's just obvious in how he's like by the book, now he's off the book.
It is a middle grade book. We do have to give it some grace.
Yeah.
And that we are not the intended audience.
Also, the writing style of TJ Klune, it was very easy to read.
Oh, incredibly.
There was no crazy choice of words. It flowed pretty well.
It addresses you directly.
Yeah, there wasn't any like flashing back and forth. Not really, not a whole lot. What else? I like the ending for the most part. I didn't like the epilogue, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked. What did you like about the book? Or is it just ditto? Same?
Well.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay, I did really, I did appreciate, I think I mentioned, I loved his neighbor in the city, that like crotchety old woman who's constantly trying to set him up. And then when he comes back, she's like, you're too late. My accountant son already found somebody to marry. So she was a big part of it. I loved everyone in the book meeting him and immediately insulting him. I found that very amusing. I also adored the kids and their relationship to one another and how they viewed Arthur as a father. Mm-hmm. I thought that whole situation setup was really nice. I was about to go into my dislikes.
We can get into that now if you want, or do you have anything else you wanted
I'll
to add?
probably let you do your dislikes first. I do want to say I did not. I think that for like the demographic it's for, I think it's a very good book for them to enjoy and to read. And I think giving it to like a 10-year-old or something, I would hope they would enjoy it.
I agree. I think like the overall message of the book of just like treat everyone fairly, no matter like what their upbringing was, or like not the upbringing, not their nature. Like nature versus nurture, but it's like
ignoring your preconceived notions about somebody and getting to know them as a person and not just fear them as an idea.
Exactly. Like let's say Hitler had a son, right? Like okay.
Hitler has a son.
Okay. Hitler has a son.
He did have children.
He did?
Yes.
Where are they now?
All of the descendants from, I believe Hitler. We don't have Wi-Fi to Google this right now. He had a wife and I believe he had children. I know he had dogs. But I believe that everyone who was related to Hitler has made an agreement to not have kids so that his bloodline dies out.
I mean, that's Okay.
That could be incorrect information. We'll have to check
technically,
it.
if I was his son, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah, but okay, we're gonna say a theoretical Hitler child that isn't.
Well, okay, let's say Hitler's child is alive today.
Okay,
Even though like
I'm doing a fact check.
Okay.
You keep talking.
Okay, let's say I was around living at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He has a child. I mean, I would keep an eye on him, but I wouldn't go in with like pitchforks and torches and like.
Actually, yeah, no. Hitler did not have any biological children.
Oh, okay.
He was married. Yeah.
Forget everything.
Forget all of that we
just
said. Ah, damn, I was wrong. He had siblings and half siblings. Okay, so yeah.
Like, how would you like, if Hitler's child, like, what would be your thoughts on it? Like, would you immediately like, fuck this kid?
Well, I don't think that really. I believe that you've picked Hitler because Lucy is the devil. And I think that Hitler's the closest thing that you could think of to the devil. So I think that's where you're coming from here. But I think we disagree about what... I don't think... I think we disagree about what it means.
I think
if Hitler had a child, and I think if Hitler's child was removed from him by birth, never had any interaction with him.
Okay, that is fair.
Bug in my eye.
Same.
Literally in my eye.
Literally. Same.
I would not be afraid that child would have like consumed his hatred from the womb. That's like the idea that you have presented in front of us. I think like Miguel, the allegory is racism and you and Hitler, and I think that's so funny. Because that's the problem with whenever you do allegories like. I think the idea is that these are, because what you're thinking of is similar to the Hunger Games, where they have that whole conversation with President Snow, where it's like, his granddaughter, and they're like, do we put the children of the people who tortured us into the games? And they like repeat the cycle of violence. I don't think this book is about a cycle of violence. I think this book is...
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Okay, let's next thing. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention I did like that I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I like the Saturday adventures they had.
Oh, those were so cute. And he had his little adventure costume.
He was like, oh, there's cannibals on the island. Oh, okay, so she said Jack Black. Nice and random. But whenever they gave Linus the tiny little safari gear, and he was talking about, oh, it's like, I'm wearing this like beige and I'm wearing this like bucket hat and these like shorts and like he looked all awkward in it. I kept on imagining him as being like Jack Black from Jumanji.
Very, very accurate. That was also what I was imagining.
So like once that scene happened, I just kept on thinking of just Jack Black
the entire time.
And if there was like a fan cast for like a live action, it'd be Jack Black.
It's gotta be.
But maybe not now. He's getting kind of older.
Is he?
He has like all the gray hair now. Like
well, Linus is supposed to be like middle aged.
That's fair.
Let people age.
That's true. But yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to add about what I liked. Dislikes. I did not like the ending.
No.
I didn't like how it was too much setup for the next book.
So much setup for the next book.
So much setup. Not that this book was like bad, but I think I'm not personally invested enough with the characters enough to know how the story ends. Especially I like the ending that we got for like the last chapter. And it'd be better if the story ended there. Maybe
it would have been better if the story just ended there.
I don't know. He could have proposed, but I feel like that's way too soon for like a month.
Way too soon. Also, they already have like what? How many kids? 5 kids?
Something like that.
And like between all of them, and they're like, yeah, there's this new troubling case that we're going to accept. We're going to be a dads to more. And I'm like, you already have 5 troubled children. You're gonna add another one to the
troubled.
Mix? They are troubled.
Are they?
Troubled is not bad. They all come from very like very traumatizing backgrounds. They need specialized care. Troubled isn't, I'm not saying they're troubled, they're like trouble kids. I'm saying that they are troubled children. Like they need therapy. And they need direct interaction, one-on-one. That's the whole reason Lucy has his bedroom attached to Arthur's, is because he has these nightmares that he needs help from. And why all of these kids have so many of these problems is because they've been through traumatizing experiences. Like, they need a lot of attention and care. That doesn't make them bad kids.
Didn't like Mr. Handsome's character.
Who apparently had a fling with Arthur.
Yeah, whatever they kept on, but it wasn't confirmed.
It within the text, it is implied.
I was like, okay, the way it was written, he was written as if he was like an ex, maybe, or like
he is written as an ex.
Because
it also seemed like Arthur, just any man that appeared there, Arthur was like, husband? We could be husbands. Which, to be fair, it's not like he's interacting with very many people.
Because I just don't know how necessary that was. Like, Mr. Handsome's character.
I think it was supposed to show that, like, they've been burned before.
Burned? Get it? With the cellar?
Have we acknowledged that he's the Phoenix yet? No. I don't think we've mentioned that he's the Phoenix.
Arthur's a Phoenix.
Arthur's a Phoenix. We learn about
this. That's why he has no file.
He's top secret.
He's top secret.
That's also why the island is under such scrutiny, is because it's like, oh, can a special person watch after all these other kids?
Yeah. He's a Phoenix. And there was a clue in the beginning, like, oh, there's a bright light, like on his first week or something there.
I have a note, or the exact moment when I was like, so this man's a Phoenix.
Oh.
I have it.
Taylor had a theory about Linus being a sprite.
Not a sprite. I thought
you just thought he was like supernatural.
I did think he was supernatural.
And that's why he was living by the book.
Yeah, well, because there's a whole thing where he's like, oh, it's not like I would be able to get a job anywhere else. And they have the whole conversation about how it's really difficult for these people to be able to get into the workforce due to discrimination because of their status. And I was like, okay, so he can't leave this job and go to a different job, even though he hates it and he's been here for like, I don't know, 12 to 13 years. And everyone treats him like shit every time they immediately meet him. So he probably is like, he probably has the status. We also know nothing about his father. His mother is briefly alluded to in a religious sense. There's like, he went to church. There's like a whole paragraph about it. And so it gave very much this like energy that like he's like half maybe mythical creature or something. And so, yeah, I did have like a theory going on because it felt like that's what they were hinting towards, as opposed to, I don't know, he's just pathetic.
I think the one thing that I would have maybe believed is because they kept on mentioning how lonely he is.
So lonely.
How he accepts being alone. He's content with it.
He's made his peace that some people don't get love, and he is one of them.
Exactly. And so I was like, okay. But then they kept talking about how the sprites live alone and they like to not be around people. I was like, is he a sprite?
So your thought process was maybe he was a sprite.
Maybe. I don't know. And I didn't like, so Thalia was cool.
Yeah.
But they made it apparent that the gnomes are a thing.
They are.
But she's like the first case of a female gnome.
She's the only one.
But then
they never touched that again. We learned nothing more.
I don't know. I think there was like something there.
There definitely is. I think all of this stuff is probably gone over in the second book.
So like if gnomes, I mean like yeah like okay so phoenixes are like
there's only ever one.
Though like stories, phoenixes are special, like rare, like. But then when I think of a gnome, I think of gnomes as like they're special, but they're like the least. I'm sure there's like a lot of gnomes. Mm-hmm. And then she's like 200 years old.
Yeah, they do make that joke, which makes sense if they have a long. It's what is it? It's the rules.
The maturity.
Yeah.
Not much of like the age.
They mention it whenever there's like the elves, where they're like, oh, you're 200 years old. You're like 12 in human years. Like, it's that weird immortality math that they do in some fantasy books.
But I don't know. I just thought that was like, that lore drop was interesting. I think they could have just made Thalia a guy rather than like me being like me lost in thought about thinking about like, oh, like.
I think that would have defeated the purpose of her character.
Because like, I don't know. Theodore was cool. Chauncey was cool.
The whole point
Sal was cool. But like,
is they're all different. if she was just a normal gnome, why would she be on the island then?
Well, she could have been something else. She could have been like a dwarf.
Yeah, man, she could have been a dwarf.
I feel like dwarves could do gardening.
I think they're really known for their mining.
Oh, you're right. What? Really?
Yeah. Dwarves are known for mines and gold.
The system. They alluded to how there were these like schools.
Yes.
Like there's orphanages, but then there's schools.
Yes, which are run by the magical department. Yeah.
The department.
What?
Dicamy.
Dicamy?
Yeah, that was the acronym. I just remember. I forgot what it stands for. something. Department. Something. Magical youth.
Well, how about we say the magical department?
Dicamy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, like there's like the orphanages and there's the schools. And there's a conversation between Arthur and Linus. Like Arthur's like, "Do you even know what happens in these schools?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, but according to rules and regulations, like it should be top notch." And it's like blah 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 blah. So yeah, like I wanted to see what kind of stuff they went through in the schools, and I think that's what the second book's going to be. Probably also about. That's like something I'm curious in, but I wish they talked about it more. Yeah, I feel like those were my only gripes. Everything else was good. Any dislikes you had?
I feel like I've talked about my dislikes as your dislikes were coming up. Here's the thing. I'm not a big romance person, but when I am a romance, I didn't like how this one was done because I didn't.
It was just so obvious.
Well, it's not that it's so obvious. It was that I didn't really. They never got a lot of one-on-one time. Like we
it was always like a group setting.
It's always like a group setting. Like we see a couple of flirtations. We see Arthur really into Linus for some reason. I understand why Linus is into Arthur. I don't understand why Arthur is into Linus.
Because of how he treated the kids.
I mean, yeah.
Like he saw them for who they were, not for what they are.
That's fair.
Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. I will give you that. I wish we got to see more interactions that were just Linus and Arthur so that I could understand more why they're getting married after knowing each other for like, I don't know, 3 to 6 months at most. Maybe a year.
There was a time skip in the end.
It could have been a year. I think it might have been a year.
Sure.
Maybe they're U-hauling.
Even then, Linus went from being by himself to being a father
with 5.
With his loving husband, partner, Arthur.
I don't know. And everyone also the kids it's really cute. The kids are trying to set them up. Like Zoe's trying to set them up. Like everyone is pro Linus and Arthur getting together.
They were all hiding behind the drapes of the window, watching them kiss for the first time.
And that was really cute. And I did like that. And I do love a happy gay story. There aren't a lot of them. And so I do appreciate
Song
them.
of Achilles. That's not happy. That's not a happy story.
And so I did really appreciate that. Like they do get together. It's really simple. They get their happy ending. I did like that fact about it. But I wish we could have seen a bit more out of that and like watch that connection grow. Also because Linus is denying it the whole time. Linus is like, there's nothing happening. I have no feelings for this man. And because I have no feelings for this man, I'm really going to read the rules and regulations so that I don't think about the pretty man that's outside my door. And I'm like, oh, you're cutie. It's like the only time I did like Linus. I did not detest Linus. I did find him, if I had interacted with Linus in real life, I would have also bullied that man probably. He's just...
Oh, and then I liked it towards the end, how he was like wearing his safari getup, but he would like go through so many sunburns.
So many sunburns
of like burning, peeling, that he's like slightly more tan.
He is, just a bit.
Just a tiny bit.
I also feel like we should, another thing I dislike, the big like climax, like the big thing of the story.
Of him finding out of Arthur's secret.
No, I was going to say of the town. Like the big climax for the entire book is that a bunch of people in town get together to like protest that the island exists and stuff like that, and they're like, "Get him out of here!" Like
that Antichrist kid like
broke my neck.
He like threw me against the wall, and then Alliance was like, "Oh, but you locked him in a closet and were trying to exercise him."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, that's because of he was gonna do this, but like he was shopping
Yeah.
for music records. Oh, that also made no sense to me too. Okay, so the time, I wonder what year the story's supposed to be in.
There are people, no. There are people who do records. Oh, you mean like technology
they're doing trains.
Yeah.
They're doing record players, but in like all these
hold on.
all these the reports, they're done on paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, is email and like not a thing, or like cell phones? Why don't they like call and do like reports?
I think what's happening is what happens in a lot of media where they're like, oh, we live in this theoretical time space before cell phones and computers, but like after the no, you're right.
No MP3 players. Not even like a regular like.
That's
MP3
true, actually.
player. Like,
you're right. Yeah, because
like radio exists, I think.
maybe like the 1980. No, I don't know when it takes
I don't think
place.
there's planes either. I think it's
probably.
just trains. Maybe there's planes.
Is TJ Klune? Are they British?
Maybe.
Are they American? I don't know where this is taking.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's better. Maybe from like an author's perspective, it was better for him to just have it be like modern tech. Particularly, let's say it takes place in the current time. What if all these kids are iPad babies in the orphanage? Like, what if Lucy's watching decapitation videos for fun on YouTube?
He could.
Like, I feel like that's maybe to like avoid that. He's like, okay, let's just do it in the past.
There's also this whole thing, this illusion that Lucy has a connection to the underworld and that he has like a whole life that existed before. Like, he sees all time at once, and he says he has spider webs in the brain, and so his nightmares are like things that other people are experiencing or like things that he's seen before, because he's technically like an eternal being who's an 8-year-old. But yeah, no, you're right, because I just kind of assumed it was like a hipster thing, because Lord knows I know a lot of people who collect records. Like I think people our age having records on the wall is not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. I suppose it is in a weird time space. I'm gonna fact check something else while you. Let me fact check something else.
My final review of it was a 4 stars.
The phrase
out of 5, not an out of 10.
It was 4 stars out of 5. That's your final rating for the book?
Maybe 3.5.
Maybe.
maybe 3.5.
That's high praise.
But I don't know. Like, it did make me feel like.
No, if you enjoy the book, you enjoy the book. Don't set back on it.
But then there's also parts of the book where like it was hitting too close to home.
Yeah.
And
wouldn't that be a good thing though?
I don't know.
That the book is speaking to you?
It made me upset.
Yeah, but like just because a book upsets you doesn't mean it's bad. If it upsets you because the book is bad, that's bad. But if a book upsets you because it connects to you in a personal way that makes you sad, I think it succeeded.
Then it succeeded. And I would give it a 4 stars, but maybe like a high 3.5 to 4.
You could give it a 3.75.
I mean, that doesn't exist on Goodreads. You think I could put 3.7?
I don't use Goodreads.
Anyway.
Storygraph drop.
I would give it like 3 to 4. I enjoyed the book.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely remember it, I think. I don't think it's a book you can really like forget about. Maybe like you can forget some of the characters, but you'll kind of like remember how the book made you feel and everything. I would not read it again.
No.
I don't know if I'd recommend. I wouldn't recommend it to people, but if someone's reading it, I would say, I hope you like it. Like, I thought the book was fine.
There are certain people I would recommend it to. Certainly younger kids, I would give the book to.
Not rereading the second.
You should watch a YouTube video, see if it gives you any explanations for the second book to answer your questions from the first.
I'll always read a summary. I say that, but I probably won't. I don't care.
You don't care, but you will rate it 4 out of 5.
I'm done with the story. I thought it succeeded in keeping me entertained.
Is it my turn for ratings?
Yeah.
All right. I will give this book a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
And I give it a 3 out of 5 because it was just okay.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it. I did not dislike it, but it did get on my nerves on occasion because I was like, this is stupid. And I understand why people like the book. It's also cozy fantasy isn't really my genre. I think we talked about this. I don't like D&D. I don't like D&D fantasy, which is like when fantasy is genre aware. Not a fan of it. Also, I did fact check the see something say something was originally trademarked by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority in 2002 following the terrorist attack on September 11th, 2001. It was an anti-terrorism initiation. Yeah, so I was right with that. Sorry. I wanted to make sure. Forgive me about Hitler's children. I knew he did have descendants.
That's crazy part of it. We're gonna have like this. We're gonna have like a little chapter of the video just be like hypothetical. Like how would we react to Hitler having children?
How would we? But here I do just want to repeat that like the book suffers from it's fun. And perhaps I should read with an emptier head.
Yeah. I thought the book was kind of cringe too at some points.
I mean, yeah, but to be cringe is to be free.
Yeah. I don't know. 3.5.
3.5? All right. 3 stars.
3.5 stars.
How are we going to close out?
Would you read the next one?
No.
No,
I would not have read this book had you not asked me to buddy read with you. This is not a book I in fact I've had this on my I have an anti-TBR list, and this has been on my anti-TBR list.
Hope you enjoyed this one. Leave any comments if you have any suggestions on what we should read.
Like and subscribe.
Maybe not suggestions.
No suggestions. We have so many books that we want to get to.
We have too many on our TBR list.
Just say nice things to us.
Just give it a like, maybe a follow. You can see how the growth of how our reviews work.
Also, let us know if you did like this chaotic version of explaining the books and don't want a more structured format.
Yeah, if you like how chaotic this is, also leave a like.
No dislikes allowed.
All right. Thank you, and
bye.